Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Ali Iftakhar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are here for the first time, then I urge you to subscribe to the channel. And if you are already a subscriber, then please turn that notification icon from personalized to all. So if you select all, you would get a notification about all of the videos that I'm going to upload. Okay. In this video, I'm going to talk about what are the requirements for Canadian immigration. I mean, what are the documents that are required? What are the steps that are required of you if you want to apply for Canadian immigration? I know that every person has his or her own case. For example, you might have Canadian experience, you might have Canadian education, you might have siblings in Canada, you might have parents in Canada, and I mean, every person would need to consider their own case. But in this video, I will share a generic overview of the process and the requirements that are average and those requirements that apply to almost every candidate. I've divided this video into three parts. First part is the process before express entry profile creation. The second part of this video would be post ITA. What are the requirements for documents that are required after receiving ITA? Then the third and last part of this video would be post PPR. Now, if you are new to this channel, maybe these acronyms would also be new to you. But don't worry, I will explain each and everything in detail. I've created, I've researched really well on it and I've written everything down and I will share my screen with you and I will keep on going back from my mobile camera to my computer screen. Okay, so stay tuned for the whole video and I will come back after the channel promo. Okay, so let's go to the computer screen and drag my face on the side of screen because you don't want to watch my face alone because you're here for the information, right? All right, so let's cut the BS and start with our express entry profile. So if you want to make an express entry profile, what do you need? What are the requirements? What are the preliminaries? First of all, you need to determine whether you're eligible for Canadian immigration or not. For example, if you score IELTS below par, if you do not have good conversational skills in English, then maybe you will not be eligible for the program. So first of all, you would need to determine whether you're eligible for the program or not. So I have made a whole video on it, that how to check your eligibility for Canadian immigration. You need to score 67 points out of the 100-point system for minimum eligibility criteria, but do not confuse yourself. Those points are different from CRS. Okay, CRS score is different from eligibility points. They're two separate things. Okay, so once you meet the minimum eligibility criteria, then you would need to get your degrees assessed. ECA, Educational Credential Assessment. I've made many videos on it. Now, most of my Canadian immigration videos are on ECA up to this point, and I thank you all for supporting the channel. So, for ECA, you could watch those videos. I will not go into detail. So, the second step would be getting your degrees evaluated from a Canadian ECA body. Okay, after you have your degrees assessed from Canadian ECA bodies, well, not after that. I mean, you could do IELTS simultaneously. You could do both of these things together, IELTS and ECA. You could do both of these things together, and you don't really need to wait that much. I mean, who would want to wait 2 to 4 months for the ECA to come back and then apply for IELTS? I mean, in the meantime, you should be having your CLB 9 or CLB 10. Okay. By the time you receive your ECA, you should already have your IELTS in your hand. So if you have your IELTS, if you have your ECA, and if you meet your minimum eligibility criteria, then what you need to do is you need to watch my NOC selection video. NOC is the designated code for a particular profession. So you need to select which NOC are you going to claim your work experience for. So once you have chosen your NOC, you're all set. You would need a passport, okay, for express entry profile creation. So after completing all these preliminaries, you would start creating your express entry profile. I've created a complete video on that, complete video tutorial on how to do that. Okay, so these are the things that I've talked about. And if you watch my express entry profile creation video, you would know how to create your profile. And once you are in the pool, basically there is a pool of candidates and it is the survival of the fittest. If you are above the other candidates, then you would be selected. There is no other magic way around it. You need to have good CRS, good score. So once you're in the pool, you need to keep on trying to increase your CRS. There are many ways like improving your IELTS score, improving your ECA result, getting another degree, improving your work experience. There are so many ways to increase your CRS. So you should continue to improve your CRS while you are waiting in the pool. Once your CRS is selected in the draw and you receive an ITA, then comes the second part of this video, which is post ITA requirements for Canadian immigration. Okay, now let's go down to the computer screen. And first of all, you would need, well, not first of all, I mean, this list could change. I mean, number 1, 2, 3 could be 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, you could do that as per your own choice. Okay, so PCC, that is Police Clearance Certificate. I will make a complete video on how to obtain your police clearance certificate from the UK and from Pakistan. So stay tuned for that video. Until then, let's stick with the short summary of each step. Medical exam, obviously you will need to get yourself tested as per Canadian standards so that you don't bring any diseases with you to Canada. Okay, then they would need proof for your financial position. I mean, if you are in debt to a bank or if you don't have enough amounts of funds in your bank account, then there will be a problem. Okay, so you would need to have proof of fund for after ITA, because if your bank letters do not really give out the right details, this POF thing, proof of fund thing, it is actually a catalyst. It could make or break your post IDA procedure. If you have the right POF and the right documents to support it, then you are in safe waters. But if your POF or work experience is shaky or dodgy or in a gray area, then there would be a problem. So you need to be careful about that, extremely careful about that. Okay. Now, the next thing is about, well, if you are married, you would need to provide your marriage certificate. And if you have parents or siblings in Canada, you will need to provide adaptability proofs. Okay. After that, work experience proof, the most crucial thing, because many people make mistakes in that. Many people make mistakes in getting the right format for reference letter. There are many kind human beings who have shared the reference letter format. So you could search for that and you need to follow the IRCC format to obtain your reference letter from the human resource department of your company. Okay. So that was shortly about work experience proof. We will discuss this in another video sometime later. Okay. Now, when you have all these things and you have double checked, triple checked, quadruple checked everything, then you upload these documents, you upload everything onto your application, you pay your fee. I've already made a video on the fee structure. So if you have not already watched that, then please do watch that so that you would know what financial crisis, or what are going to be the expenses for Canadian immigration. So you need to watch that video. Okay, after you paid the fee, you would need ADR, additional document request, if any. I mean, if any of your documents has a gray area, then IRCC would ask you to submit an additional document to support that particular thing. So if you receive an ADR, I mean additional document request, then you would need to submit those additional documents. Okay, whatever it could be. It depends on every individual case. Again, okay. Now, once you have done all of these things, then you wait for PPR. That's the golden email. I mean, that's when everything is sorted out. Okay. So now comes the third part of the video, as promised, because I like to keep my promises. Okay. Post PPR. Once you have received the golden email, PPR, then you would need to go for biometrics. Okay. First, you would need to pay biometrics fee as well, which was, I think, $175, if I remember correctly from the last video. Okay, so once you have given your thumb impression or however they take their biometrics, that's about it. Then you would wait for your visa stamping. When you get your visa stamped, you're good to go. Then the next step would be landing in Canada and fetching that PR card. Obviously, you would need to wait 45 days, approximately 30 days, for getting your PR card. So this was all about Canadian immigration. What are the requirements in the start of the process, before the process, and in during the process and after the process? Okay. I hope everything was loud and clear. If you still have any questions, do comment below and I will surely answer them. And I thank you very much for watching the video till the end. If I give you a review, then let me take you back to this. Yes, I had thought about giving you a review at the end. So now this is a summary of what we've talked about. How Express Entry works. First of all, you need to check your eligibility. You need to um, complete the application process for Express Entry profile creation. Okay. You will need to include your work experience, your NOC codes. You will need to include your educational details, ECA. You will need to include your language skills, the IELTS result. Okay. Now, uh, you would need to get all these documents. Okay. We've talked about it. Job offers, if you have any from Canada, not from Pakistan or India, from Canada, if you have any job offers, police certificates, medical exams, educational assessments, and IELTS results. And after that, you submit your Express Entry profile. That's it. Once you're selected, you apply for permanent residence. Okay? Sorry, this video was supposed to be in English, completely in English, but obviously Urdu is my native language, so out of nature I talked in Urdu. Okay, so once you have applied for permanent residence and you have paid the fees, then obviously you would only need to wait for PPR. Okay, so this is all about requirements for Canadian immigration. This is Alif Takhar and I'm signing off.